Miami-Dade County received more neighborhood stabilization dollars through the national federal stimulus than any other locality in the U.S., $62 million. And Miami-Dade's Housing and Community Development Office Director Shalley Jones Horn came to the county just in time 1 year ago to start overseeing spending. But the federal government is watching, as Miami-Dade has a history of misspending those types of dollars. Ms. Jones Horn counts among her greatest challenges and accomplishments cleaning up this mess that she didn't make. She joins us for this week's profile. I'm Risa Polanski reporting for Miami Today.
When I arrived, HUD was on us because we weren't spending money. And to give you an easy example, if you receive $20 million a year, HUD says that we don't want you to have any more than $30 million in the line of credit in the bank. So in other words, we got $20 million in 07, we got $20 million in 08. So when HUD takes a look at our account at a certain period of time, at a time certain, you shouldn't have more than $30 million in the bank. In 2008, we did not meet that 1.5 ratio. In other words, we had more money sitting there than we should have. So my challenge was, when I got here, because we didn't meet it in 08, was to make sure that that didn't happen in 09, that we properly spent the money, and that we spent the money. It does the community no good for the money to sit here in an account instead of being working in the community. Now, part of my issue was I had to understand what that meant and why aren't we spending money? And I then understood, and why is HUD satisfied with so much money sitting in an account? And then I understood that some of these projects that we've allocated money to are capital projects. They're not going to happen overnight. So it takes a little while, sometimes takes a couple of years in order to get them done. So HUD is making allowances for that. There are some development projects that's going to take more than a year to get built. So we have to have the money, in the bank in order to be able to help fund that. So I understood that there were some instances where we do have to have money sitting in an account because of ongoing projects. But I also understood that there was some money sitting there from projects that were going nowhere. And we had to do something about it. And that meant that we had to inform recipients, those grant recipients, that they need to spend the money within the year, within the contract period that we've given them. And we've been a little lax. We've allowed it to go on for 2 years. So in order to be able to meet that 1.5 ratio this year, because HUD was threatening to take money back from us if we didn't. That means we're going to lose money in this community. And that's not the right thing to do. So that was my priority. And we did what we needed to do, to have conversations with the recipients, to have conversations all around to make sure that we were properly spending the money. And those where we were not spending the money and it was not moving, we recaptured those dollars so that we could then allocate it on projects that were moving, projects that needed to be done and that needed to be finished so we could meet the national objective. That was hard, and that folks that had money didn't want us to take money from them. And so there were all kinds of conversations. And I understand, but I needed to do the right thing. And I needed to do the right thing for the good and the whole of this community, not just for individuals. And so that was my most difficult task to date.